So everybody wants to know what it's like when you're soft and you land inside of prison. If you one of them people that truly ain't living like that and you know you don't want no type of pressure or animosity when that shit is brought to you, don't be out here breaking the law. Because prison isn't for everybody. There's even some gangsters, some gorillas, some savages that ain't even built for prison. So if you soft and you find yourself in prison, I'm going to tell you in this video, 9 times out of 10, what's going to happen to you.
Haha, Dom the best. Finna be this way till I EOS. Take it how you want, nigga. Yeah, I'm a pro. Fuck around and bust your lot while you're at Vizzo. I hate to be this way, but I live for the moment. Waking up every day, show me an opponent. Shanks on deck, hitting bitches with locks. So much pool, I can even start you from the box. You don't wanna pay rent, got me bent. Got lax on deck, your money was well spent. Vultures on the prowl, so don't try testing. Step 2 comes violent, first steps finessing. You a hold down man, suitcase this. My cell phone and my charger don't walk with a limp. Get it knocked off or missing, you gon' get it. Next time I see your ass, you gon' leave airlifted.
What's up, y'all? You already know, man. Kfrogtv back in the building. Y'all go ahead and do me that solid favor. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. And also make sure you hit the notification bell so you can see it first. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today I'm going to be talking about when someone soft finds themselves in prison. Okay? Now, like I said, prison isn't for everybody. Y'all know this. I'm not just the only one that knows this. There's people that go to prison that break the law, that actually have some type of savage in them that can't even manage. Okay? There's people that are built for prison that get broken in prison. But if you're one of these people, man, that are soft and you know that you ain't win no fights in your life, you 9 times out of 10 ain't been in no fights in your life, don't be out here committing no crimes, breaking the law. Because when you go to prison, as soon as you get there, boy, your ass is on a plate. You're on that food chain. You're on that list, and you're going to be wanted by people that you might not even know want you. And the reason for that is because the easier the prey, the better. Think about it. If you find yourself out there in the woods right now, stranded on an island, and there ain't shit to eat, and you're starving, you want something to eat, and you look, and there's an animal that is easier to catch than another one, which one you gonna go after? You gonna go after the one that's hard to go after, or you gonna go against the easier one? Same thing happens when people are soft in prison. They prey on the weakest, they prey on the most vulnerable, and people who aren't built for that shit. And a lot of times, people put that wall up. And what I mean by that wall is I mean that front. They put a front up like they're actually built for it. Like they're meant to be in the chain gang, like it don't affect them, it don't faze them. They've been in and out of institutions and being incarcerated their entire life. And a lot of it be cap. Because when you do go to prison, you're going to find yourself in situations where people are going to see if you're about what you be talking about. Okay? And I ain't gonna lie, when I got off that bus at my first main primary institution, which means my first main camp, okay, not the reception centers and all that shit I went through, South Florida, Orlando, Lake Butler, Washington Annex, not all the reception centers down here in Florida. I'm talking about when I got off the bus at my main camp. My first main camp was Calhoun. When I got off that bus, there was probably 12 to 15 of us. And I'll tell you what, out of 12 to 15, I'd say 10, at least 10 were soft. For real. I'm just being real. And them people carried themselves way different than anybody else. I was standing there in line. When you first get off the bus at institutions, first thing they do is they strip you. They make you take everything off, stand there, get ready for the whole procedure. Squat, cough, lift your nuts, separate your dick from your sack, put your hands behind your ears, go like this, wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, go all in your mouth, stick your tongue out. You know, you got to be ready for all that because they do it. If you go through 10 institutions in one day by being transferred, you better expect that 10 times. For real. So as we're standing there, and we're all standing there with nothing on, and we're all right here in a line, waiting to do the little intake procedure, the little process of when you come in, processing. As we're standing there, I look around at everybody like this, that's in line, all the way down to the left, all the way down to the right, and I see so many people that you could just tell they're scared. You could tell that they're not built for prison. You know what I'm saying? And you know how they said never judge a book by its cover? That's true. It is. You never want to judge a book by its cover. Just because he's soft and he's scared don't mean he won't kill you. Or just because he's a killer and he's known to hurt people don't mean he'll whoop you. You see, it's the same way. You don't judge a book by its cover on the least expected or the most expected. You never know what could happen. But I tell you what, when we were all standing there and them officers came up, like I said, there was 12 or 15 of us that came in. By the time the whole intake process was over with and we were all getting brought to our dorms, there was only like 7 of us left, which means more than half checked in. They off rip were scared to go to the compound. They were scared to go to a dorm to see what it was like. I ain't want to be one of them types. I don't give a damn if the whole bus checked in. Frog would have been the only one standing there going through the whole procedure, because I'm going to face head up whatever I have to go through. Whatever it is, whether it's the worst situation, the easiest, the hardest, the longest, the most severe, no matter what it is, I'm prepared for it. I'm going to be facing the problem head up. I'm going to have my head up at all times, and it just, if I get put in a bad spot and bad things start happening, then that was just the luck of the draw. But it does not mean that I'm going to check in. I'm not doing no follow the leader, you know. I'm pretty sure out of the 12 to 15 people who were on there with me, I'm pretty sure the first 4 or 5 that checked in, it kind of like made the other people want to check in. Me, I'm not on that shit. You see, them people were soft. They were not built for prison. Now, when you go to prison, of course, everybody already knows there's a lot of extortion. Let you be one of them soft people that get money, but you will not defend yourself or stand up for yourself. Man, you are going to be paying and breaking it off your entire bid. There's no ifs, ands, or buts, no ways around it, none of that. There's going to be people that are constantly trying to put down on you to take what you have. And I feel sorry for them people to a certain extent, because they broke the law. So Yas was out there wanting to rob people for their pocketbooks, or snatching old ladies' purses, or hopping in cars, stealing cars, or whatever it may be to land in here. So you do deserve punishment. But at the same time, I have a heart, so I feel kind of bad for you, because I know whether you have 2 to 5 years and I have 5 to 10, I know your 2 to 5 being soft is going to be way more harder and way more severe than my 5 to 10. Because I know I'm going to stick up for myself. I'm going to defend myself. I can't beat everybody up, but I've never ever been considered soft. You see what I'm saying? Now you got people that'll call you soft and shit like that, but ain't no one ever proved it to me. You feel me? Talk's cheap, you know what I'm saying? But anybody that I've ever fought that called me soft before never called me soft again. You see? That's how it works. You know, anybody will say anything about somebody. And like I said, you can't beat everybody up. So don't go to prison thinking that you're going to whoop everybody, because it ain't going to work like that. Just like on the streets, you can't beat everybody up. There's always somebody bigger and badder than you out there. You know what I'm saying? It's all on the fight that's within. You feel me? It's all on what you fighting about. You know what I'm saying? Example. If I bagged one of your homeboys on the streets and you know it, and we ran into each other in prison, and you want to put your hands on me or you want to wet me up or whatever, the fight in you is going to be way more severe than the fight in me is. I'm the one that bagged, bro. I'm the one that, you know, got him. You're going to have more built up in you. You got more of a reason to be angry. I'm just defending myself because you want my head because of what I did. Now, if it was the other way around, if you had got one of mine and I ran into you when we were locked up, then of course the fight is now going to be within me even more, because I want your head for what you did. You see? So it's all on what it is. You fighting this dude because he disrespected you. That dude's fighting you because you want to fight him because you felt disrespected. See, it all depends, and it all falls on the fight that is within. You know what I'm saying? And I done seen a lot of people that will be on the streets, you know. I ran into people at gas stations. I went to school with people. I ran into people in the county jails. All types of different places. Seen them at the beach down here. Seen them anywhere you can think of. And then you run into them up the road in prison, and guess what? They be soft. They be whispering. They carry themselves different. And a lot of times, this is coming from someone that stood out. Like, people knew me everywhere I went. I made sure people knew Kfrog, and I made sure they knew Kfrog was from Eastside Davie. You feel me? That's simple. I always said East Side, you know what I'm saying? And let them know I was from East Side Davie, because there is a difference between the East Side and the West Side. Now, when you're one of them people that, you know, stand out and want to be known, and you make it to where people know that you're living like that, there's no way, if I find you or run into you when you were locked up, that you should be carrying yourself any way other than that. You see what I'm saying? So If you see me right now, like y'all are watching on this video, you see how when I talk and shit, I be in the zone, I be talking, you know, I move around and talk and I'm loud with it. If y'all see me when I was locked up and I was just like, what's up, bro? Yeah, bro, you feel me? Yeah, okay, I'll be over here. You see me whispering, carrying myself any type of different way, then that looks like I'm scared. That looks like I curled. Like I don't want no smoke. I don't even want to be seen. I want to stay under the radar. It's the difference from staying under the radar of the guards than it is staying under the radar of the inmates. You feel me? And my problem is every time I get something good going on for myself, I find myself in the box. You know why? Because I'm far from soft. I would never let no one try me. You see what I'm saying? And if the guards tried me, I ain't give a damn if they had a badge on. I ain't respect that shit. You feel me? So I'd find myself in more problems due to that. But if I was to be like some of these people that I ran into on the streets that I ran into locked up and was just real quiet, sticking to myself and everything, I would feel like in the back of my mind that I was 100% pure pussy. For real. But no one will ever man up and tell you that though. Them same people that are soft will go to prison, and it's going to go either two ways. It's going to either, you'll go to prison and it's going to make it to where you never come back again because you're going to learn from your mistakes because of how bad prison is. Okay? You're going to learn from all the shit you go through, all the people trying to fight you, rob you, extort you. Some camps, people might try to take your culo. You know, whatever it may be, you're going to learn from these things to where when you get out of prison, if you truly are soft and you truly ain't living like that, yes, might not go back to prison. Then you got some people that go to prison and don't learn shit from their mistakes or nothing like that, and they slide under the radar the whole time being soft. They'll come home and try to act like they're all of a sudden living like that, like they can whoop anybody, like they're Conan, when they didn't even learn shit when they was in prison in order to hold that title of being a gorilla. You see what I'm saying? Just because you went to prison for 4 or 5 years soft and laid down and did your time the soft way, you come home and you start acting like you living like that, trying to put on a scene to everybody on the streets, like, oh yeah, I used to be pie before I went in or whatever, but boy, I learned a lot while I was gone, and now I was in there beating people to sleep and all this shit. You come home trying to learn something like that, trying to be like that, you're putting on a bad vibe towards anybody that's around you and making them think that if you made it through prison, that they can make it through prison. In all reality, you didn't make it through prison. You went through there the whole time like this, with your head down. You see what I'm saying? So you'll 9 times out of 10 land back in prison. You see? Now someone that goes to prison that ain't soft, that's built for prison, there's 2 ways for them to come, that it might land with them too. Either they're gonna get even, you know, they're gonna get used to what prison's like, and they're gonna see that prison ain't all that it ain't what everybody says it's hyped up to be, it's easy to go through, that they're gonna get back on the streets and continue to commit crimes and go right back because prison don't scare them. They're not scared to go to prison, they know what it's like. You see what I'm saying? Or you got some people, which is the category that I feel like I fit in, is to where you can make it through prison with no problems. But the time that you had while you were in there, through all the ruckus and everything you went through, you did your time the hardest way, but you also learned more. Feel me? Like me, I try to stay off the police radar and everything. Everything you want to do inside of prison, you got to do under the radar. You got to do it while wiggling your way around the compound up under the officer's nose without them knowing and seeing you, do shit like that. So being a convict, you're going to learn that stuff while being in prison. You see what I'm saying? You're not one of them soft, scared people that are spending their time worrying about how to learn how to survive or worrying about what this guy's going to do to me or what this dude's going to take from me. No, you're more of worrying about how to get away with stuff under the radar by the police when you're someone that can make it through prison. And then you learn more from it, and then you come home to the streets and you end up being just as smart, if not smarter, because you know patience is key and you know how to wheel and deal and do what you have to do up under the radar the same way you did while you was incarcerated. Okay? That's the category I fall up under. Straight up. I'd rather have got all the hard shit out of the way, get all the ruckus, all the bullshit, animosity, pressure, tension in the air, get all that out of the way and have hard time, but learn how to get away from shit when it comes to the cops, when it comes to the officers. That's how I did my time. And it helps me survive till today on the streets. It literally does. Because I try to stay off the scene. I try to stay under the radar. I don't want to be seen all the time. And I live a great life, and I do shit every single day. I'm out here. Every single day I'm out there in the streets. You know, I'm out there. People know me. They see me all the time. But at the same time, I'm not worried about nobody but the police. That's what I learned in prison. I wasn't worried about no inmates. I don't give a damn what size their knife is or how many of them there is. I didn't care about none of that. You feel me? Because I was willing to rock. I wasn't soft. You feel me? I was just worried about the guards, the officers. I wanted to learn how to beat them at their own game in their system that they own. You feel me? They own the system. I was just renting it for a while. You feel me? And people who are soft that go to prison, they can't do that because they're spending all their time worrying about what others might do to them. They ain't got no conscience in their self. They're fall back and they're sitting there worried, oh, that this is going to happen to me. This person's going to do this to me. This person's going to try to take this from me. This person wants me to pay this, that. You know, all this different stuff that they be wanting, and they know that these inmates are going to try to get it from them, which it's understandable. I understand it. You feel me? But me, I'm not going to sit there and worry about what no other inmates got going on, even if I was soft. You feel me? Which thank God I'm not. But even if I was soft, I would never ever worry about what someone else has got going on. Because I came to prison by myself. I'm going to be living by myself. And ain't no damn bunk beds in a casket. So there's no time, and it takes too much energy to be worrying about what someone else is doing, what he might do, what he might say to me, what he might try to take. Fuck that. I'd rather invest, get me a knife, and put all that other shit to the side, and whatever comes better be coming, because I'm flushing it all the way to the handle if I put it in you. That's how I look at it. You know what I'm saying? And when you got these people that know they weren't living like that, they're not built like that, they find themselves in prison, every single situation feels like a traumatized situation. You understand? To where someone normal, for someone who isn't soft, would go through these type of situations, and it just is frequently. It happens so frequently, and it's just common. It's not no big deal. It's not no major thing. It isn't the end of the world. You know what I'm saying? People get in fights and shit in there all the time and don't even tell nobody. It is what it is. People get stabbed or wet somebody up and it ain't even nothing to talk about. Y'all know what time it is. You know how I'm living. You know how they're living, and that's how it goes. But then you got people who are not built like that, who find themselves locked up, that when they see someone get stabbed, they see someone get jumped, hit with a lock, or if they get jumped or someone pulls a knife out on them, it just blows their mind to where they're like, oh my God, bro. Like, I cannot believe that just happened to me. And look, you see what I'm saying? This is what's going to happen if you're soft and you go to prison. Straight up. I've told y'all this in numerous videos. I used to see when people would come in, we'd start betting on them before they even get in the dorm. Literally, when I was at Calhoun, I was in G-dorm, G2. If anyone's ever been to Calhoun, then y'all know G2 is right when you walk through center gate, and G2's side where the windows are is on the side where the main walk is. So when people are walking in, they're going to A dorm, which is the intake dorm. They're going to go to A1. They got to walk down the main walk. As they're all walking with their damn canteen bag, their property, their fucking mats and all this, as they're walking by on the walk, we're all right here on these windows right here. Like, oh yeah, what's up? Da 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 da. Oh, I got you, bro. I got you when you come in here. I got you. Like, trying to throw like a scary, message at them before they even come on the compound. Because they're going to A1, which is orientation. They're going to be in there for about 14 days until they get their job from ICT. When they go to ICT, that's when they'll get their job. Inmate classification team is going to give them whatever job it is, whether it's the kitchen, whether it's DOT, whether it's, Pride, whatever it is, they'll be in, orientation until they get their job. Then they're going to spread them out on the compound, and then that's when they're going to have more people come and go in the A dorm. You see what I'm saying? That's how it works. It's like a rotating cycle. You know what I'm saying? Not every compound has orientation. Like when I went to Charlotte, we didn't have no orientation doing. They threw me straight on the pound. My first quad I went to was E2. I was in E2. It was a butterfly building. That was the first compound I went, like first dorm I went to as soon as I hit Charlotte. You feel me? Now, while we're yelling on the windows at Calhoun at all the new people, like, oh, I got something for you, bro. Oh, what you looking over here for? What you look? Throwing little things out there. There's a couple of them that try to act tough. They try to act like, yeah, okay, let's go to smirking and, all right, yeah, shit sounds good. And then guess what? Our dorm faces their dorm. And then my dorm was 25 and under. This is where all the 25 and under jits went. This is where we had Friday night fight nights. This is where there was extortion. They called it gangland. Like everything we said out that window to them people, we meant that shit. And they, you know, because they're new, they would swear like we don't mean it. Yeah, okay, whatever. That sounds good. Blah, 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 blah. They think they're safe because they're going to another dorm. But in all reality, they're going to orientation. So in a couple weeks, we gonna be right on there on your ass saying stuff. Every day that you go to chow, we gonna be over here talking shit from the jungle. We gonna be talking shit about you, to you, out the window, through the bars, to get your attention and let you talk your smack, act all cool, act like you're hard, like you ain't soft, like you living like that. We gonna keep on putting it in your ear every time you walk by to go to chow. Every time you come back, we doing the same thing. And the next thing you know, in a couple weeks, we on the window. When they go to giving everybody their job, they go to that dorm and they line them all up. They say, here, all y'all are going to A2, which wasn't orientation, but at the time it was a program quad. It was like where they had a program, where they had like paintings on the walls of different like college quotes and stuff like that. But then you got like, you know, B dorm, C dorm, D dorm, and all that all the way around. They'll put them all in lines, and then they'll all go to where they're going. And then as soon as the couple that are coming to G dorm are walking up our sidewalk, guess what? They see all of us on the window. What we tell you? What did we tell you, boy? We got you. And we knew it was going to happen because our dorm was 25 and under. Straight up. G1 and G2 was all 25 and under. So if your ass was walking the orientation dorm and we seen you, all the ones we talk shit to like that, we know you're 25 or under. We could tell you coming to one of our quads, either this one or the one next to us. Either way, and they do the same shit we do. You see? So it's like just they're on the other side of the building, so they can't holler out the window to them like we can. But if they go over there, they're doing the same thing. They're putting down on them. They're making them fight. They're extorting them. They're taking what they got, telling them they're going to have to pay rent, making them fight each other while the dorm bets on it. I'll have a bag of coffee on this dude that just came in, and then you have a bag of coffee on this other dude that just came in. They was just homeboys, and they decided whatever dorm we go to from here, we stick together. That was probably their plan. You know, yeah, as soon as, if we go to the dorm together, you feel me, we stick together because we just did 2 weeks in orientation together. And then they come there and then bam, half the quad goes after them, the other half goes that way, and then next thing you know, we're amping them up to fight him. You just got to fight one time, we got to see that you're living like that. And then the same thing in the other person's ear, telling them, look, you got to do the same thing. You feel me? And then when they look over at their homeboy that you're telling them they're going to have to fight, this is where you bait them up and you make them fight, thinking that his homeboy is willing to fight him. One will be over there in that corner being put down on by inmates that are in my dorm. We'll be over here on this side putting down on the other inmate, telling them, look, you just got to fight him one time. Rather you fight your homeboy than one of us, you feel me? Because if you fight one of us, people might jump in and stomp you. You know what I'm saying? And then while I'm telling them, look, your homeboy's with the shit, you feel me? And I point over there for you to look at your homeboy, the same shit that they're over there talking to him in his corner, telling him, look over there at your dog, look, nod your head, let him know, yeah, you feel me? Let him know you're straight. And then when he's saying, let him know you straight, he's nodding his head to let him know he's straight. That he ain't got nothing to worry. Yeah, I'm straight. You feel me? But in all reality, the other dude, see, look, I told you he's with it. He's nodding his head. And now he thinks, okay, they go to nod their head. Next thing you know, boom, one goes to the wall because he thought the other one wanted to fight him. And then now that one thinks the other one's going to the wall to call him out, so you don't want to buck the call out. Now they go there and they bumping and we betting bags of coffee. $6 a bet. See? That's how it goes. This is the type of things that happen. Okay, and I've told it before that people will come inside the dorm and they'll put their canteen bags and property down and check in. They'll walk in, gone, straight to the laundry room, banging on a thing there in fear for their life. With nobody even saying nothing to them. They were just so scared and soft and so much shit was built up pressure that they checked in as soon as they got there. You feel me? And then you got guards that'll tell them straight up, hey, any of y'all gangbang? And then all the new people, of course, you don't want to tell the guard straight up you gangbang. So they're going to be like, nah. They'll be like, all right, well, when you come in here, you're going to have to pay rent. That's what they said to me and like 5 other dudes when we first walked in there. You feel me? The guard, well, you're probably going to have to pay rent. And in my mind, I'm like, shit, I ain't paying nobody shit. You see? That's what it is. And I told the stories how when I got in G-Dorm, the first person I got in a fight with and all that, when he told me you either pay rent or check in, I started laughing and told him I'll fight and all this stuff. You feel me? Shit like that. I've told this in previous videos. You know? But when you find yourself in them type of camps, when you find yourself being someone that truly ain't living like that, you know you're soft, you know you don't want to hurt nobody or harm nobody, your best bet is to toughen up and learn how to strengthen up and learn how to make it to where you're not as soft as you are. You get what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it's just a fight. You know, it can be worse. Knives, you know, machetes, lawnmower blades, you know, locks. It can be worse, you feel me? But if it's just a fight, then just do it. You think about it. You see this? You see my fist? This is what you gotta weave. A fist is the only thing you gotta make sure that don't hit you when you're fighting someone. And of course, their feet, you feel me? But I'm talking about all you gotta do is you got so much space to watch out for a fist, something this big. You know what I'm saying? And then you'll realize after, you know, getting your ass whooped enough times, or after, you know, maybe winning a couple, you'll learn that it ain't that bad. You feel me? You'll learn it don't really hurt getting in fights. That shit hurts the next day or the day after. The healing process is what hurts. And then you'll realize you did better the next time, or you realize, oh, I won that one, or if I would have did this one, I would have won, so I'll be better at the next one. And then before you know it, you know how to fight. Whether you like to or not, you still know a little something. See, a lot of these people that talk shit, they talk shit because they will fight. There's a difference from knowing how to fight and will fight. You see what I'm saying? There's a lot of people out there that will fight, but they're, you know what I'm saying, that will literally, you know, like fight if someone tries them or picks on them, but it don't mean they know how to fight. You feel me? But those right there are farther up the chain than someone that's considered soft. You see what I'm saying? You can't be considered soft if you don't know how to fight, but you will fight. You see what I'm saying? People can't be like, oh, he's soft. He'll still fight you. If you're someone that won't fight, someone that lets someone try them, pick on them, put down on them, take shit that belongs to them, all that stuff like that, then you're soft. You feel me? And prison ain't the place you want to land. Straight up. Because I'm telling you, I done seen real ones curl. I done seen gorillas curl. I done seen people that wet people up. One of my homeboys that was a king when I was in prison, he wet 8 people up in the same month. Airlifted them. Helicopter came back to back. That whole month. Whole month. Next thing you know, someone ran down on him, pulled a knife out on him, robbed him for his phone, and he was scared of that person. So in my mind, I'm like, hell no, that can't be true, bro. Ain't no way in hell he broke it off with what's his name. Sure enough, he did. So someone else that just came to that compound robbed him with a knife for his phone. But he was known to airlift people. So I'm thinking like, okay, maybe he just got the ups on him, so maybe he was just going to double back. Maybe he was going to double back and, you know, like, you feel me, get his revenge. Maybe he had the ups on him, so, you know, you play victim at first, like, it's all good, you got that, bro. You got that, bro, you know what I'm saying? You feel me? It is what it is. Every dog has his day. And then come back and, you know, who knows what, that's what I was thinking maybe he was trying to do. But it wasn't. He fought around and let him rob him like that. And that other dude was a part of a gang also. And then he was scared to get his shit back. And then he rolled over. From being a king, he ended up rolling over to that same gang. Because his gang brothers didn't rock with him against when he got robbed for his phone. So it's like he was a king, got robbed, fought around and let them rob him, and then he felt like his brothers should have rode with him. Like his brothers should have rode him because he went to confinement. He ended up going to confinement before they could, you know, get back or whatever, and he was mad that his brothers didn't go after that gang for him. So he started hating his brothers, got transferred. When he got transferred to the next camp, he came home up under the same gang from the people who robbed him. Same gang. And then got transferred straight back to Charlotte later on and was there with the same brothers he turned against, but now he was this gang. And now the kings wanted to eat him because he wasn't part of them no more. You see how it all works? Because you're going to come across people that are living like that there's some situations that they just fumble. There's some situations where they don't do what they're used to doing. You know, you got people walking around getting high, smoking in there and stuff, you know, doing types of drugs, all this different stuff. So they're not their self all the time. You feel me? And then you got some people that only get into that gangster savage shit when they are high, when they are on narcotics. You see? So it all depends, man. But if you find yourself in prison and you were soft, all I can tell you, man, is to keep your head up and learn from it. Learn from it to where you are not considered soft no more. Okay? Because it is a very, very long journey in prison, especially when you're someone that is considered soft. But anyways, y'all, I'm going to wrap this video on up. I appreciate y'all tuning in and watching. I know I ain't posted in a couple days, but for those that watch my story on YouTube, y'all seen I had remodeled my whole crib. You know what I'm saying? So I'm literally on like, I'd say 7 hours of sleep in 4 days. You feel me? Because of so much stuff that I done did. But anyway, y'all, I appreciate y'all watching like always. Make sure y'all hit that like button on the way out if you ain't hit it on the way in. And like I always say, keep them rat squares, chomos, clowns, pedos, gunners, wannabe island boys, people with fake pullouts, people that rent cars and then finance their rims and shit like that, but claim they're the hardest shit in Broward County. Stop capping. Keep them people out your circle, man. Till next time, this the one and only Frog.